Oh, here you go. Here's a Plomb adjustable. That's cool. Here's a better look at the wrench. A lot of time the manufacturers deform the metal on the outside of the hole to lock that screw in. It's not really visible on this one. Well, let me show you what I'm talking about. You can see it clearly on this wrench. See the two stake marks? That's to deform the metal to keep that from coming out on its own. On this wrench, I can't really see the marks, but that hole doesn't look 100% round. So I think I'm going to take a diamond bit in my Dremel, kind of clean up the outside edge of that hole on both sides here to make it easier to get that screw out. Alright, there it is after grinding. Let's see if it comes out easy. It's threading right out. Very good. Should be a spring on this side. There's a little spring. All right, it's all apart. The teeth look real good. I don't see excessive wear or any chips. The knurling still feels sharp. Looks like it's in good shape. Pin's fine. Even the jaws don't have a lot of wear on it. This wrench might not have a lot of miles on it. I got another product from CRC that I want to try. It says Pro Strength Degreaser, all-purpose water-based, no odor. We'll have to see about that. Safe on paint and plastic. No rinse foaming formula. So we're going to see some foam here, huh? Oh, wow. Reminds me of oven cleaner. Okay, they said no odor, right? Hold on a minute. I wouldn't say no odor, but very little odor. I'm going to let that foam soak for a while, and then I'll give it a brush. All right, it's been a couple minutes. Let's see. Now, I think it said all I have to do is wipe it off, right? Let's see. Let's just wipe this off. Whoa, almost dropped it. Hold on tight, Magdad. So, That's what's on the rag. I guess it did something. I'll work on the other side now. Even though it said I didn't have to, I went ahead and rinsed the wrench in water. This stuff did a really good job. That's pretty clean. Even here. Looks great. I think I'm seeing a little bit of rust down in here where it's going to be hard for me to reach. So I'm going to give this an overnight soak in the Evaporust. Here's the parts after an overnight soak in Evaporust. I rinsed them off the water and then coated everything with WD-40 just in case I wasn't going to get right back to it. So I can tell in there now it's completely rust free. That's good. My next step is to go over everything with the wire wheel and just brighten up the metal a bit. I noticed the jaw has just a tiny little bit of damage right there at the bottom. See it? Yeah, that's better. Those diamond grit files are handy for metal like this that might be hardened. That looks okay. I decided to brighten up the faces of the jaws with the fiber wheel. So here's what the Plomb adjustable wrench looked like straight out of that $20 toolbox. And here it is cleaned up. It operates nice and smoothly. At this point, the wrench is rust-free, cleaned up, and looking good. Running smooth. It'd be a great addition to anybody's toolbox. Okay, it was time to make it shine. The pitting in the jaws had to go. The handle wasn't in bad shape, but I knew I could improve it. I used an 80 grit belt to work out all the pitting. Now I'm going to move on to a 120 grit belt. I went over everything with the 120 grit belt. It's looking pretty good. This area in here and these inside curves, I'm going to tackle that with the drum sanders in my Dremel. I sanded with those drums down to 320 grit. And I hand sanded these beveled edges in here, also down to 320. They turned out okay, not great. Now it's time for the conditioning belts. Here's the wrench after the coarse conditioning belt. I was surprised how well that top wheel trick worked in this area here. That came out nice. All right, on to the medium conditioning belt. Here's the wrench after the medium conditioning belt. It's really starting to look like something now. And here it is after the blue fine conditioning belt. Close to a mirror finish. Once again, here's the wrench when I started. And here it is now. I'm calling this the high polish full bling version. Chuck and I polished it with flits. I mixed mica powder with shellac to achieve the blue color. Mica powder is inexpensive and comes in a million colors. The shellac dries quickly, so it's easy to build up coats. For the final makeover, I wanted to tone down the shine some. I used one of my homemade scrubby wheels in my Dremel. Here's the matte finish I achieved. I applied G96 gun blue in the same areas I had colored with the mica powder and shellac. Here's the parts after one coat. I thought it was a little uneven, which was disappointing because the punch I did recently looked great after one coat. I buffed with steel wool, cleaned the area with denatured alcohol, and this time rinsed it with hot water before applying the second coat to more closely duplicate the process I used on that punch. Okay, one last time. Here's the wrench like I found it in the yard sale toolbox. And here's what I'm going to call the matte finish makeover. It's got sort of a tactical look to it now. My wrench is the model 708S. The S stands for semi-finished. According to Alloy Artifacts, these wrenches were made for Plomb by J.P. Danielson. They have a date code forged into the handle. The 8 on my wrench indicates it was made in 1948. So let me know in the comments which ending you would choose. Basic cleanup? Full bling? Or the matte finish? I get a kick out of doing these choose-your-own-ending projects. It's fun trying out different finishing options. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Chuck insisted I take a few photos of him with the full bling version.